Hey everybody, it's Nick here again. Today I have another cool implementation, which is the minimap, right? So every cool multiplayer game that is respectable has to have a minimap, in my opinion, so that you can tell where enemies are, where you are, in the map and everything else. I've done this one a little bit differently than uh, classic methods. Usually people either do a top to bottom render target, which is what I've done, but they leave all the geometry there, which is not what I did. What I did was like top to bottom render target, but all of the geo, all of the actual mesh, like all of the meshes you can see, are actually hidden. So it doesn't hog the performance so much. It's not actually rendering any shadows or anything like that. So it's a little bit lighter on the graphics card and also on the CPU. Instead, at the bottom, there is a 2D render that I did previously on another version of this map where I removed the whole ceiling, like all of the ceilings for that matter. And it's a top to bottom render. And that's it, really. So it was really easy to make, sort of. That render target, though, does not see the characters either. The only thing that can see is actually the spawn points for the weapons. As you can see, like if you look at it closely, you can see that the weapons on the minimap, the spawn points for the weapons, are actually lit. But if I pick up a weapon, now it's grayed out. So, see you're moving around the map, right? You see the enemy, of course. You kill the enemy, of course the icon will move. Because it's a sprite on top of the character's head. And also, you can tell if there is a weapon or not, depending on the minimap. If you can see the base, like the button lit, then you can tell there is a weapon there. Otherwise, there is no weapon if it's grayed out. Also, yeah, there is like the characters each have a finish the game. Sorry. Each character has a sprite on top of its head. You cannot see it, but it's there. But the render target can see it. So the render target cannot see anything but sprites, these bases for the weapons, and yeah, that's pretty much it. While the regular render camera can see instead everything else but the sprites on top of the head. Same thing applies in Capture the Flag. I've done something very similar. I'm sorry about the voice, I'm pretty sick. Just bear with me a bit. In Capture the Flag is basically the same story. I added actually a sprite on the flags so that you can actually tell more easily where the flags are, as you can see. So if someone steals the flag and starts running around the map, well, you can clearly see where they're at. And also, you can tell from the minimap, because if a person picks up a flag, see, like now you can see my player icon has the little flag on top of its head, right? And it's gonna be the same when someone else picks up the blue flag. You can clearly see it on top of the huge ass sprite on top of the character's head. Same story here with the render targets. Like this render target, the camera target, cannot see the sprite on top, can only see this sprite, and the other, the actual render target, which makes the minimap, cannot see the other sprite and basically any geometry in the map. It's 2D. It's a 2D plane of another render which I made about this map, top to bottom. I did it pretty much like this, right? I made a huge one, and then I just placed it at the bottom of the map, and that's pretty much it. Like, it's quite straightforward. The thing is that if you implement this, you will see that the server, normally it's the server, he cannot see the he's not gonna be able to see the minimap for himself. He's gonna see the client's minimap. See, if I move, like, it doesn't update. That's because the render target will be, is local. So in this case, it generated for the client. It did not generate for the server. But if you actually package the game and go play with other people, you will actually see the minimaps correctly, because every client or server has its own render target, so you're gonna see the minimap properly. But when you're testing it in the Pi, sadly, you will not be able to see the minimap updating for everyone. I was scratching my head really hard on this until, like a dumbass, I figured out that hey, wait a second, it's just creating a single random target, and it's not gonna create it for everybody. So GG's to me. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys like it, I'll post the code about it so that you can implement it as well. Cheers.